Republican Party, Reince Priebus. Mr. Chairman, welcome back, sir.
Good morning, Chuck.
All right, let's start with immigration. You know, a month ago, you predicted in an interview with the Washington Examiner an evolution on this issue by Donald Trump. Is that what we're seeing here? What is his position specifically on the undocumented immigrants?
Well, you're going to find out from Donald Trump very shortly. He's going to be giving prepared remarks on this issue, I think, very soon. I don't want to give a date. I think I've heard a date.
But let me we don't know? I mean, that is sort of remarkable that we don't know.
I just don't speak for Donald Trump. I mean, that's what I do know. But here's what I know. His position is going to be tough. His position is going to be fair, but his position is going to be humane. He's going to build and complete the border wall that was set in place in 2006 by Congress. It's going to be paid for. I believe that he is going to, when he talks about deportation, he's going to go after people who are here and are criminals and shouldn't be here.
Who's a criminal under this circumstance, though? Because, you know, some people believe just being here illegally is a crime, and that makes you a criminal. Does that count?
Well, look, I mean, those are the things that Donald Trump is going to answer. And this is not obviously a simple question. These are not simple issues. If they were simple, obviously the position and...
He simplified it a lot during the primaries. Some would argue oversimplified it.
He did. He did simplify it. But now he's reflecting on it, and his position is going to be known. But here's the thing. I think the part about where Donald Trump is on this is he's a guy who's going to be tougher on this issue, tougher on illegal immigration than any politician that we've ever had as a nominee or ever could have as a nominee. That's not going to change. He is going to be a law and order candidate. He is, and a law and order president.
Do you agree with some of the analysis? Do you agree with some of the analysis that says, "Oh, this is Jeb Bush's policy"?
No, I really don't, because I think that you're not going to see an easy path to legalization. You're not going to see that in a Donald Trump plan.
You thought Jeb Bush's plan provided an easy path to legalization?
I think it was an easier plan to legalization. I think the Gang of Eight was an easier plan to legalization, an easier plan to citizenship. You're not going to have a pathway to citizenship with Donald Trump. That's off the table. There's no method by which someone is here illegally that is going to become a citizen and jump the line as Hillary Clinton wants to do. I mean, the real issue is, look at the two plans. Look at where Hillary Clinton is. She wants to put Barack Obama's immigration plan on steroids. She wants millions of people who are here illegally to cut the line before anyone else.
Donald Trump praised parts of Barack Obama's immigration.
Parts of it.
As far as deportation.
Parts of it, but not executive amnesty, not illegal immigrants jumping the line like Hillary Clinton wants to do. That's the issue. The issue is this is an election of choices. One, allow everyone in through complete amnesty, or number two, a tough plan that's fair and humane.
Let me ask you about birthright citizenship. It's still on Donald Trump's website. Is he going to call for the end of birthright citizenship?
You're going to have to ask him.
Where's the Republican Party on this? Do you think that should be something that should be the position of the Republican Party?
No, I believe in the interpretation of the Supreme Court on the issue.
So you're comfortable with birthright citizenship?
I'm comfortable with it. I'm comfortable with it. I'm comfortable with it. I'm comfortable with the Supreme Court rulings on the issue.
And so you think Donald Trump? So your advice to him would be, don't be touching birthright citizenship.
A nominee does not have the doesn't have to adopt every single position and platform position of the Republican Party. If we're talking about, and what my opinion is on birthright citizenship does not necessarily have to be adopted by a nominee. My exact view of immigration and how it should be pursued does not have to be adopted by a nominee.
All right, but let me ask you this. In the infamous 2013 autopsy, this is what was written in it. If Hispanic Americans perceive that a GOP nominee or candidate does not want them in the United States, i.e. self-deportation, they will not pay attention to our next sentence. Do you think Donald Trump understands this analysis?
I think he understands it completely.
And
I think
is that what this evolution's about?
You know what? I don't know when you say what the evolution is all about. What I think is that Donald Trump understands that with every position that is taken, and as you get closer to the White House, a degree of humanity and decency is part of every decision that needs to be made. And I know Donald Trump. I know Donald Trump in private. I talk to him every day. I know what he's thinking about a lot of these issues, and this is a good and decent man that wants to do the right thing and wants to take every position that he's talking about and pepper it with decency, dignity, and humanity.
Let's talk about race. Donald Trump called Hillary Clinton a bigot this week. Do you think she's a bigot?
Look, here's what I think. These are not my words. I think that you have to look at people's actions. You look at Donald Trump and you look at his actions in developing and promoting women and breaking a mold in Mar-a-Lago, which today we think is nuts, but 40 years ago he broke the mold and allowing anyone from any background, any faith, any gender, any race into Mar-a-Lago. You look at Hillary Clinton. She's the one that labeled African-American youth as super predators. Her campaign is the one, and her supporters in her campaign were the ones that borne out the birther movement. It was Bill Clinton in her campaign in 2008 that questioned the success of Barack Obama, not based on his talent, but based on his race. It was their campaign. Why can't we start judging these people based on what they actually did? She gave out state secrets. She talked about race in a way that's unacceptable.
All right, and then this morning's New York Times outlines what Donald Trump and his father may have done when it came to basically keeping African Americans from being able to rent.
May have done. I mean, this is the issue. Look at what he did do.
He was under Justice Department investigation.
Look, if you look at what he's done as a developer in putting together golf courses, these clubs, the things that he's been doing for the last several decades, he has broken the mold when it comes to this issue. And I can tell you where his heart's at. I know where his heart's at.
You know, one of the things, though, that he said Hillary Clinton only views African Americans as votes, not as human beings. And this is what he tweeted out yesterday morning after the tragedy about Dwayne Wade, former Miami Heat, now Chicago Bull, whose cousin was shot and killed in Chicago. And he tweets this: Dwayne Wade's cousin was just shot and killed walking her baby in Chicago. Just what I've been saying. African Americans will, in all caps, vote Trump. Appropriate?
I think here's where I think he's frustrated with, is that Democrats, I think, have been taking advantage of this vote and providing very little leadership to get things done in urban areas across America. I worked in Wisconsin for Tommy Thompson when the first private school choice bill was put together. Mm-hmm. It was Democrats out of the cities, Democrats that were in the power base of their party that fought school choice across the state of Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. And to me, if you want to look at leadership in the cities, it's in education reform, it's in freeing up SBA loans for black small business owners. These are the things that our party is championing, and he sees that, and it's frustrating to see that the Democrats go into these cities, I think, take advantage of this vote and provide very little leadership in return.
Are you happy with the hires of Steve Bannon and Kellyanne Conway?
Look, I go with the flow based on what the campaign wants to do. I think Kellyanne's doing a phenomenal job. I don't know Steve Bannon, to tell you the truth, very well.
Okay.
I'm going to get to know him. I mean, I'm starting to get to know him.
We're learning his background, and some of it's quite uncomfortable. Is this the proper background that Donald Trump should be hiring if he's trying to appeal to women, for instance?
Look, and I don't know how much of it is true or not. Neither do you. And so I don't speculate based on what other third parties say about people. I tend to judge people based on what I see and what I interact with.
One final question when it comes to the issue of the Clinton Foundation and tax returns. And I want to ask it this way. Donald Trump's been hitting her hard on the Clinton Foundation and saying all sorts of behind-the-scenes, pay-for-play allegations. Does it undercut his message if he won't release his tax returns? Would he have some higher ground, be on higher ground here in criticizing Clinton's finances if we saw his tax returns?
No, I don't think so.
By the way, Roger Stone is the latest Republican to call for Donald Trump to release his tax returns, a close friend of Trump's.
No, I don't think so, because if you look at what Hillary Clinton has done, I think when voters look at what Hillary Clinton actually did, they see somebody that they believe broke the law. They see somebody who gave away state secrets. They see somebody that went out of her way.
But how can we judge Donald Trump?
But you're judging something you...
Well, we don't know. That's the point.
But do you think...
Let me ask you, if we don't know...
We know that Hillary Clinton shouldn't be trusted with national secrets and with the most precious information that our country has in their hands. We know she can't be trusted. Are you equating the known conclusion that she can't be trusted with state secrets to what could be in Donald Trump's taxes?
We've had a history of every major nominee releasing their tax returns rights.
I'm not suggesting...
Every major presidential nominee. And by the way, he is a private businessman whose companies may or may not benefit from him being president. That's something voters should want to know.
I'm not suggesting that it isn't a subject that good journalists don't discuss. What I'm suggesting is I think it's preposterous.
You don't think the two equate?
I think it's to compare someone that we know gave away national secrets.
Wait a minute. You are making an assumption. We don't know that.
We do know. Comey actually said that
it's the vulnerability. But you're making an assumption that it happened.
James Comey laid out a prima facie case for gross negligence.
Now, I understand the case he laid out, but we don't know factually. You don't have the smoking gun.
Come on, you're telling me that we don't have a smoking gun, that she gave away state secrets when we know that confidential, top secret emails were part of the information that was put in a private secret server. We know that to be the case. You're equating that knowledge to the possibility of maybe something isn't right in a tax return that we don't know about? Come on.
Reince Priebus, I will leave it there. Mr. Chairman, good luck.
It's been a good 2 weeks for Donald Trump, and it's been a bad 2 weeks for Hillary Clinton.
All right. We will let the panel assess that very question right now. Thanks very much.
You bet.
In fact, the panel is here. Hugh Hewitt, Andrea Mitchell, Robert Costa, and Joy Reid. All right.